Hello and welcome to this tutorial for LEGO Harry Potter Years 1 through 4. In this video we are going over the level Expecto Patronum in any percent. This is a very simple level, so it'll be nice and quick. The only thing is, in the lesson itself there's a lot of slightly difficult 1P2C which just needs a bit of time to get your head around. But once you've got that, the rest of the split is fairly simple. So first thing we're going to do, we always spawn here after finishing the level 3-3. So the first thing we are going to do is make our way over this way. If you did the CSS at the end of 3-3, you spawn here. So it's a little bit quicker to do that CSS. It saves about 4 to 5 seconds in no-cut categories, and then about 40 seconds in standard categories. But from here, this room you want to move with player 2, because player 2 is slightly closer to where we need to go. And player 2 will come down here, and just down the stairs here. Switch it back over so player 1 moves down here. And at this point we want to prepare player 1 and make sure player 1 is on the Lumos spell, because we will be doing the defense against the dark arts jump to be able to get up a little bit quicker. The reason why we don't do this with player 2, as you saw as we went through that door, player 2 gets launched all the way forwards here, so it's quicker to get up to this point with player 1. And the way we do this again is the same as normal. Lumos jump up here, and then either jump and spin around and re-grab the jump button, or release the directional input, jump, and then hold it again. And you can jump up either way, and then we go into the lesson itself. Now, this lesson, there's a bit that's worth talking through. Basically, what we need to do is we need to open 5 of the chests which spawn, and use Expecto Patronum with Harry. Specifically, Harry has to use Expecto Patronum on all of them to be able to progress with the section. And the way we kind of do this is we take this room in 2 halves. Harry will go over and do the 3 chests to the left to start with, and Lupin will go and do the 2 chests to the right. So I'll show Harry's side first. Harry will come here, shoot the first chest, and I tend to use X aiming here, because if you try and run into this, basically if you get too close to the Dementor, Harry will get scared. So if you try and run forwards and use the Patronum spell, although it is a tiny bit quicker, it can be a little bit weird, especially when trying to do 1P2C at the same time. But X aim the Dementor here. That's one. The moment it's hit, you can move on to the next one. You don't have to like wait within the range or anything once it's been hit. And then we've got to switch to Immobilis to be able to drop this chest. And I tend to shoot forwards, kind of to be able to drop, or to be able to break the locks on both the next 2 chests. And from about here, you can X aim onto the next Dementor, and then walk forward to spawn the 3rd Dementor, and then hit this one. At the same time as that, Lupin's got some stuff to set up on the right hand side. Very first thing I do with Lupin here is I switch to Wingardium Leviosa, and then we need to shoot this cabinet here, and then we build the camera that comes out of it, and we need to shoot this camera, and this is going to spawn a painting. We'll need to shoot that painting, but before we shoot the painting, come over here, switch to Lumos, and use Lumos on this one. And then I kind of just stand somewhere around here and just spam the shooting button. You'll notice what that also did was it removed a spider web kind of about here, and can also sometimes remove this book. That just makes it a little bit easier when Harry's got to aim the next 2. Harry can actually target both of these 2 at the same time. The activation zones overlap on this one though. If you stand kind of about here, you see Harry is not scared by either of the Dementors, but can spawn and hit both of them. So Harry then hits both of them, and that is the end of the room. Like, Lupin moves towards the door, and then that's all it is for the lesson. So it's a bit of complex 1P2C. I'll show the entire thing again, but doing it as you would in the speedrun, so a little bit faster now. Okay, so doing this level again, but this time a little bit faster. Starting from the common room, we'll move with P1 over to the door once again. And then P2 in this room. Again, each of these kind of differences with which player you move probably save about half a second each time. So it's not a major save, but it's nice that it kind of keeps adding up and it's fairly easy to remember. As we go through this room, get Harry onto Lumos, because we need that. And then do the DADA jump again. Okay, that didn't go quite as well as I would have wanted. There we go. And now we get into the 1P2C itself. As you see, Harry is just X-aiming on this side. And I've set him up in a position where he can shoot both chests. And now Lupin's going to do the same thing. As we see, so Lupin can break both the chests. Harry comes and stands in the right spot. And then there we go, that's all the Dementors hit. So it's a very quick lesson if you can do the 1P2C quickly. It takes a bit of practice to get down. It's quite a difficult one in terms of how much practice you need, but the good thing about it is the movement is entirely consistent. So it's very easy to just have a few attempts into it and then it will be not too bad for you. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.